God's going to bring you and attract you to people that you need to be with and work with. And especially when you start to open up and you realize where you're going wrong yourself to fix the problem so that you can attract it in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Love Gangster. I'm your host, Adrian Boysel, and today I have a great interview with an even better guest. I got Mr. Blake Hahn here with Ideal.
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Been a great event.
Yes, it has been.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
This is actually my second time attending. I was supposed to be in 2022, sponsoring it, and some things fell through. But give me your background on kind of your whole journey, and I just want people that don't know you.
Background, just kind of after high school, my dad raised me, gave me would say he instilled in me a foundation of like my mindset, discipline, and that I could be anything, I could have anything that I want as long as I put my mind to it, but I had to put in the hard work.
Yeah.
So after I got out of high school, I pursued and took a leap of faith and started my own company called Street Skateboard Wax with a friend. And overnight, I woke up and all of our bank accounts and everything were drained due to a lack of legal protection and contracts and agreements. So I had a full-time job working at Budweiser, saved up money, went all in, left the job to go all in and make it big at a major trade show. And then that's what happened to me. So my first business lesson in that was I need contracts and agreements to be in play because just having a 50-50 names on LLCs is not going to cut it.
Wow. Expensive lesson to learn.
Yes, sir.
But carried you. So what was the next venture after that?
After that, rolled into door-to-door sales and network marketing. Got a little taste of both of them, made some good money in door-to-door sales, and then ventured into network marketing. Cool thing is I was doing it on the side. My boss at the time, he wasn't happy when I was pursuing something else on the side. He fired me and filed a lawsuit against me.
What?
Yeah. And then the network marketing company that I joined was called Legal Shield. So it's like
After that,
having like a legal
attorney,
the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
So when I got filed a lawsuit against me for that, I used what I got into from network marketing against him and then came out victorious and won that lawsuit.
Wow.
So then that was my foundation in that business is like now I use a service. And then I started to make the money in it. So now I had both proofs of those and then built a team of 6,000 people across about 50 states in about 6 months.
6,000 people on Legal Shield.
Yes.
How did you get such a fast trajectory for that?
To be honest with you, a lot of it stems from Ideal and what we do and how we do things. And it's creating the processes and systems and then being able to delegate and show other people how to do it because you know how it is. If you can get people paid and obviously I say sales specifically because that's my background, but when someone comes in, if you can show them, one, that the product or service works, and then two, if you can show them how to get paid,
the roadmap,
then that's where it goes. So when you got these young individuals that believe in the service, but then also are making good money doing it, that's how we built and we grew so fast. And it was just a big ripple effect and momentum.
Well, so is it mostly organic?
All organic. Wow. I mean, no ads, no nothing. It was just word of mouth.
Dang.
That was my first network marketing company. Never been in it. Didn't even know really what I was doing. Just after I kind of lost the job at doing the door-to-door sales, I had no choice.
Yeah.
So I went all in with it and just figured it out. And I went and made 6 figures plus in my first 6 months. And then that's when it was a really eye-opener to me. And then obviously that's when I started reading books and everything, getting into entrepreneurship and all that stuff. And then learning like your average entrepreneur has 7 streams of income.
Oh, that's right.
And the funny thing is I took that to heart, like as if I thought that meaning meant that you had to have 7 companies or more. So you weren't a real entrepreneur unless you actually owned or had 7 companies or more. So with all that money, I took it, invested it. I opened up a gym. I opened up a supplement company. I did a nutrition shop. I did a suit line, an ATM business, and a few other things.
Yeah.
And just started doing that. And then I was like, all right, damn, now I got 7, 8 streams of income companies. So I'm a real entrepreneur. And it's just because that's all I knew. And they have no mentor, no guidance or anything like that at all. So from that point forward, that's where all that led to. And it was fun, man. I ventured off and you heard all these different things and learned a lot of lessons, found out some things I do like and don't like.
That's right.
And I was just mainly starting things that I either thought were cool or that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I always thought I wanted to own my own gym. What if I own my gym? I could go in whatever I want, do whatever I want. I had to worry about anything, a nutrition shop, supplements, and I use all this.
You vertically integrated some of it.
Boom, there you go.
Yeah.
And that's really where it was at. So 2018 brought a blow. Pretty much had to drain all my bank accounts just to save the gym and keep it alive because I was my only brick and mortar business out of all of them.
Wow.
And that's really where it took the big hit. And I learned a lot of lessons just there and everything. And when I just doing way too much and spread myself way too thin, thinking that I could do it all that way. And being a young entrepreneur, didn't really know or understand business, never built one. So it was a big lesson that I had to learn going through that process and everything. And 2018 brought that second blow that really kind of made me pull back on everything.
It's a lot of similarities. I had a huge downfall in 2018. Had started the agency, like the brick and mortar actual agency with 10 people in my thing, $60,000 a month in payroll, right? Thought I was blowing up this massive agency. Then 2016 started going through divorce, 2017 and 18 was just like the lowest point. But what you do in those valleys, right, determines what's going to happen and the reaction that's going to happen from there.
Exactly.
So that was what happened for me, is personal development, coaching, getting into speaking, and just the interesting change that happened of starting to become a better leader, because I was Mr. Nice Guy. I didn't want to upset anybody, didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, didn't like firing people, right? And one of my mentors was like, dude, you're just too nice, man.
Yeah, we have some similars in common.
And he's like, you gotta be a little
When we
hard.
care for people too, it's like, man, you don't do that, and then you're too nice, but that's where people take advantage of us.
That's exactly. So one of my other mentors, who I actually had worked with years ago, I was driving limos when I was young, and I looked up to him. He's just a few years older than me. I looked up to the guy. His dad's a billionaire, and he was just extremely successful, worked in the Caltrans and all the, the big construction companies, always in the construction space, but just a genius. And he sat down with me, and I brought this guy in for a venture that we were going to partner on together. The guy's sitting there. He's got this fancy watch. I didn't notice any of this. We walk out. I'm like, dude, what do you think of Sean? He's a really cool guy, right? He's like, I don't give a fuck about you, bro. And I was like, what do you mean? This is 2018. I was like, what do you mean you don't give him? He's like, that guy don't care about you. You see the watch and the card, and he just wants what he can get from you. And that was when the stuff started to shift. And I was like, man, people don't really actually care. Not everybody's like me, right? I'm like the 1% where I genuinely care about every single person I come in contact with. If they ask me, hey, I don't have pants, I need some pants, I'll take my freaking pants off and give me my damn pants. Like, that's just how I always was. And so now I've learned, right, through the hard knocks of like, okay, I got to take care of me first. I got to make sure my cup is filled up and overflowing, so that overflow is what pours on other people.
Well, that was the same thing for me. It's crazy to say that it's almost the same year, but that's really was. And I really stepped back in 2018, and that's when I was like, I just started, but I was running. I had my head down. And I was just running for so long. So
Yeah.
I wasn't actually sitting down and just looking back and on either months, weeks, or whatever. I just ran. And then obviously this many years goes by. Then after you obviously lose everything, you're kind of like scratch your head, like, what am I doing wrong? What is it? And then that's when I really started looking at it. Because when I did, that's when no one cared. No one was calling me. No one helped me.
Right.
Besides just my few family members. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, all those other people that wanted everything from you, wanted to be around in my house, this and that, wanted to be on my payroll, all this stuff. As soon as all that happened, they didn't give two fucks gone, and they just moved on with their life. I'm like, yeah, people really don't care about you. And then if you have something, they want to take from you. And then the hardest thing that I had to learn was reading who's someone that's real, that just wants to win with me or help me win and not take from me. And now, obviously, going through a full decade of that and working with people and dealing with people,
The discernment.
you told us my gut's never wrong no more. I'm like,
That's right.
yeah, you don't want to help me. You want to take from me.
I had a partner come in today. He's like, dude, you really read that. I was the worst at reading people. Like the worst. I just see the good in people.
Because you're
ignore
so
the bad.
You want to
like,
learn and
yeah, just look for all the good things. Because one of my mentors said, how can you see in somebody else what you don't yourself possess?
Yep.
And I was like, whoa. And that was like another big one for me. I was like, dude, I'm not a greedy, conniving, backstabbing, person that's out for myself. So how can I find and spot people that are like that? So now I've developed a skill thanks to my wife. That is her highest gift. She's got the supernatural gift to discern. She could see her for 15 seconds and be like, yep, or nope. It happened the other day. She's like, oh, that guy's, yep, he's loaded, or he's bad. And within seconds, she just has it. So I've picked up a lot and learned and asked her millions of questions over the last 8 years of our relationship. And now I have the same gift, and it's helped me so much in business.
it has me. I would even say from 2008 to, what you say, last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, same with me and everything. That's why I've been able to excel in business. My relationships have been able to excel. And then not only that, but also I think part of my side is that I was attracting the wrong the people because of what I was putting out and how I was acting. So it was a part of me too. I'm not blaming all the people just wanting to take from me.
No.
It was more of what I put off. And I thought that I had to have the nice car, the nice watches, chains, and then I had a couple penthouses. So I had the penthouses, then going out to club scenes and all that. But see, that's what I was like, man, I'm attracting all the wrong people. I'm not attracting the Greg Reeds, the Kelly Cardinas, like the people like you.
With substance.
And that's when it really flip-flopped for me. So then I was like, man, how do I attract those people?
That's right.
And that's when it even switched. So it was kind of a little bit my problem and then other people's, but they just saw that they could take advantage.
Well, it's that thought process of slowing down to get more done, right? Yep. Like we want to go fast. We got these goals, we got to hit, and you just have like this aggressive thing. And when I had my print shop, my whole goal was I want to scale this thing and go big. So I closed down one location in one part of town where I had this massive following, like 3,000 people, 6-figure business in 6 months, just like you. It's like, if I moved to downtown Sacramento, which is like 15, 20 minutes away, I get a 3,000 square foot space where I can pull cars, and now I can do wraps, and it's going to be great. And then I moved downtown and no one followed me. I lost like 70 to 80% of my business overnight. I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't I just open up a second location? Why didn't anybody, but you're going so fast, and it's that self-sabotage that we do to ourselves. And so what I've realized, the biggest shift is it's not necessarily about like-minded anymore. I'm trying to find the like-hearted people. And that's why I'm so attracted to Secret Knock. When I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to go sponsor and commit whatever amount of money that it takes to get to there and be around these people because this is my tribe.
Well, I agree too. And if you think about it, like it's also faith driven too.
That's true.
So like even noticing like a lot of people here are faith driven and even noticing that too, like you said, both of those, like tie that in. Now I'm seeing a lot of my business partners, people I'm doing business with or I'm associated with, they're all faith driven as well. So it's crazy how you see that. And I'm a true believer in God that God's going to bring you and attract you to people that you need to be with and work with.
That's right.
And especially when you start to open up and you realize where you're going wrong yourself to fix the problem so that you can attract it in.
That's right.
Because obviously, he's working on us first and then he'll kind of attract and bring what we needed. But until we fix that,
we fix our side of the street, right? And all of a sudden things start happening. Well, I think that like owning those things and realizing that they happen for us, not to us, right?
Yes.
Some people can let it make it, oh, I'm never doing a business partner again. And it's like,
oh, bro,
dude, that's the worst mindset ever. Never.
Well, it's almost like, it's like a relationship. I always say the same thing is if you get with a girl, she cheats on you, so you're never going to date again.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, homie. Like,
come on, dude.
And then you can't take those problems to your next one. So 2 things I've learned is yeah, people could do you wrong and you might be scared going into business with partners. Cause I even say, oh, I'm not going to ever, I'm going to do it all on my own.
Yeah.
But you can. It's like, man, I got to go to the next one, but you got to go to the next one, not thinking or feeling what happened at your last one, that it's like a brand new clean slate with that person.
That's right.
And my role is until you like lie to me or you do bad business or do me dirty, then dude, we're cool.
We're good.
I'll
trust you until you get a reason not to, right?
That's it. Yeah. And I'm so fast. As soon as one thing does, I'm done.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it's like, it's almost a snake.
There's no three.
Why would I let the snake bite me and then be like, all right, that's cool. And then let me go touch the snake again. It bit me again. It's like, all right, cool. Like, no.
Yeah. No,
After
there's no
1
three strikes.
yeah.
It's one and done.
Yep.
So let's bring it into Ideal, and you're founding that with your partner. How did that whole thing come to be? And then we can come into kind of what the future looks like.
Yeah. So what's crazy is, the boss that I was telling you that sued me.
Yeah.
So in 2018, it was my birthday, July 30th, he shot me a call and he's been watching everything I was doing all in between that time frame and that gap. And he shot me a call and said, hey man, happy birthday. We're family and all that stuff. Let's put that behind us. Like we only got one life to live. I'm sorry, blah, 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 but let's have lunch when I get back into town. Happy birthday. Love you, man. And I said, yeah, man, like I totally agree with you. We're family. Like we would go to family functions, but it's just so weird. We stay distant, but it's like, we're going to see each other forever, but you got to move on. You got to forgive and move on.
Like that says. Exactly.
So met with them. And then at that time, I just pretty much was losing everything.
Yeah.
So he presented me with an opportunity. He says, hey, man, I've been watching everything you're doing. Why don't you come build my solar company from scratch for me?
Wow.
And then he showed me and he said, I'll let you run it, do your whole thing. I'll let you do your thing with it. And I was like, all right. And then obviously at that time, like I said, I lost everything. So I was like, I have nothing else to lose. So I took the challenge. Within 2 years, built it to a 90 million a year business.
Oh yeah.
Same thing, built it multiple locations. Yep. People, door knockers, this is door-to-door sales.
Home services.
And during that time when I started, it was crazy because that whole time when I was going through all that stuff, I was getting people like DMing me, texting me, asking like, dude, like how do you keep going? Like, why are you so confident? Like I've watched you lose everything multiple times. I've watched you go through this. I've watched you go through that, a lawsuit. Like you just don't fucking give up. So why? And what sucked is I never responded to nobody because I didn't know. And it was starting to eat me up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was driving. I know exactly where I was at. I was in Arizona on the 303 in a solar company vehicle. And I was driving past Northern Parkway. And all of a sudden I'm driving and I get this download. I said, download from God.
Yeah.
And boom, it hit me. And he's like, you're going to take all the disciplines, habits, routines, everything that you've been doing to help you get to where you're at and the success and all you've done. And you're going to put it in one central location in this book. And when people ask you, how do you do it or why you are your way, or you're going to give this book to them and this is how you're going to help people. So then it was like, man, I was like, so this is my calling. I'm supposed to help and empower people through personal and professional development and give back that way.
That's right.
So once that hit, and that was when I started in the same year of solar in 2018. So both of them were like simultaneously.
Yeah.
So then as that happened, I called my business partner. He's in Miami. And I said, bro, I know exactly what we're going to do. I know my calling and this is what we're doing. And when I told him the whole thing, he goes, I'm all in, because he loves habits, personal development, all that stuff. He's like, I'm all in, like, let's fucking do it. I'm like, you down to partner with me and do this? So then I was like, all right, I'll fly you out to Arizona. You build it out. I'm going to run the solar thing to bring this bread in.
That's right.
And then you build the back end of everything and I'll pay you and put you on payroll.
There
we both partner together. So he was trading his time and then I was trading my time, but working a job to do it. And over the last 5 years, we've been building out everything for the app, the book, the systems, the processes, the structure, and all that stuff over the last 5 years. So that's kind of really how it was founded and how it came about.
So I was talking to what's his name earlier, Mr. Evans from Amazon, VP of Amazon. And we were talking about how Jeff Bezos didn't start with just wanting to have the bookstore. He wanted to be the store for everything, right? So I'm curious, are you the visionary or the integrator?
Visionary.
That's what I thought. So we both have in common. So what is your big picture vision for what you're doing with Ideal.
Do you know who Terry LaCour is?
Because the last name sounds kind of
Okay,
familiar.
so Terry LaCour, basically, so every network marketing company, or I shouldn't say every, majority, a majority of network marketing companies that have anything to do with supplements and DNA, and then also supplements out there. Terry LaCour is the guy behind the scenes on the back end that everybody is going to him to build and white label the products. All these companies going through him.
Got it.
So he's the ultimate back end source. So what I see with Ideal, and where I stem from all this, is a lot from network marketing. But what I see for myself is the book and the app is every company, whether it's network marketing, MLM, sales companies, corporations, anything, white labeling our book and our app to implement it in their companies to excel and build performance through their people, to also obviously for growth in your company. So I'm the back end of all that. I don't care to have Ideal's name everywhere. I don't need to be that guy, and I don't need to have this. I'd rather be the silent guy on the back end, and every company is saying, like, here's my app and here's my book that I'm providing to my company, my people, to help us grow. And it has their name, their logo, everything on it. It has nothing to do with Ideal, but it's Ideal's structured systems and processes and platform that we've created, because we know that it works. I've used this in my solar company, and I've literally watched young kids come in there and utilize it and do my 90-day challenge and transform into a whole nother human being, become the top sales reps, make over 6 figures in 1 month, buy houses, buy cars, take care of their parents, whatever it is, and transform them. So I have proof of concept through it. It's worked for me. It's worked for my business partner. And then not only that, for over the last couple of years, from the individuals that I've used it, the stories and the feedback we're getting are phenomenal.
No, I'm sure. I was checking it out this morning, and I was like, man, there's so many good things. And then the fact that, like, 75 hard, where it makes you restart. You mentioned
you didn't stay ladder. You're going back to day one. And that's what I love about it, is because it's not like, because it doesn't work that way. Like, here's how it is you have to do something every single day, and it really takes 90 days to actually create a new habit.
It's true.
But you can't do it Monday through Friday and then off on the weekends, Monday through Friday. You won't actually ingrain the habit. You've got to do it every single day straight. It's the same with 75 hard.
Just like eating and sleeping and habits.
Exactly. 75 hard is not a weight loss program. It's a mindset and habit program. He doesn't say that, but it's a habit. It's ingraining all those habits. These people are doing it for 75 days. They're working out twice a day. They're reading 10 pages. They're drinking a gallon, and then whatever other couple rules are.
Walks, and
they do that every day. So now it becomes a habit. But here's what's crazy is everybody that I've seen that's done 75 hard, at the end of it, the results, how they feel, their clarity and their confidence is out the roof. So that's why you hear people all the time, and I see all over social media, I'm starting 75 hard. I'm starting 75 hard. But here's what's crazy is, like, people have to start a challenge to hold themselves accountable, to ingrain something in them. And once they see a challenge that got them the results that they were actually looking for, what's crazy is people are so oblivious to it. It's like, you don't have to start the challenge after you did once to see the results. These are just the things you need to do on a daily basis to maintain and keep the results, to maintain and grow.
100%.
So it's kind of like that same thing is like, what we do and all those things that are in there. You even said you're doing it. You're like, I do 5 critical things every day. That's inside of our book. Do you write down your goals? Well, that's inside of our book. Do you have gratitude? That's inside of our book.
That's amazing.
You plan out your days. That's inside.
I like the gratitude part, because that's the highest frequency that you can be at. That tracks so much.
Every single day, you write down 3 things you're grateful for. You're putting out your 5 most critical tasks. You're planning out your whole entire day, your top important meetings, your quarterly goals, reading your 10 pages, and then putting out your daily affirmations of who you want to be and who you want to become. You're telling me every single day that you do that for 90 days straight, that you're not gonna become that person or see something or get 1% better. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So
a lot of people are trying to do this 10% better every day, 15%. It's just not sustainable.
It's doing too much, man.
And doing too much. 1% is all you need, right?
Trying to get 20 tasks done in a day when you know you really can with the time that you have. But it's like, if you drop it down to 5, but that's why people defeat themselves.
That's right. And you burn yourself out. And you burn yourself. The entrepreneur burnout, right? So it's interesting. I see the platform moving in a direction. I almost think of this as like a new term. I don't know if it's ever been used, but business to entrepreneur, B2E, instead of B2C or B2B.
Ooh, I like that.
Or B2C is B2E.
I like that. Business entrepreneur.
Business to entrepreneur, because that's who you're truly, because entrepreneurs are problem solvers, right? At the end of the day, an entrepreneur might not necessarily be a business owner. They may come up with an invention. They see a problem and they see an opportunity in the market to fix it. Most often it turns into a business, but you can be an entrepreneur and have a side hustle, do an MLM while you're working a full-time job, right? And so I think the B2E market could be a really cool thing for you guys.
What I did see in where I stem from was mainly from network marketing, but also even being in the sales business, door to door. But what I'm seeing that's missing, and I'm going to give you an example from Secret Knock today. What I'm seeing that's missing is that people go to these conferences, they go to events like this, and they have these great meetings with people, but all these people leave, but they don't know where to start or how to start. Yeah, you can sit up on the thing like the manifestation and everything these people are saying, but no one knows how to start.
Yep.
So what's missing in the industry in general is a tool. And what we've provided is a tool for people to start when you get home right now, and it holds yourself accountable to it. You know how many people are sitting up there listening to this, the manifestation,
Oh yeah.
this, if you do this, and you do it for a long period of time, you're good. They're all going to leave and go home, and they're going to be like this, damn, how do I start, or what do I do? And then you sit there and you know, I was one of those people too. And people get into network marketing to actually personally develop themselves and become a better version of themselves. But you can only go to these conferences so many times, bring speaker in, hype everybody up, send everybody home, and then everyone's sitting there twiddling their thumbs like, I don't know what to do.
Well, what's crazy about this, that I just had this like big aha while we were talking, kind of download, is that what Brand Butler is and what I'm trying to build, my blue ocean, right? Russell's got ClickFunnels and he's the funnel guy. Everybody knows him as the funnel guy. My thing is brand strategy and marketing planning. But overall, it's the planning part that most business owners skip over. They wing it. They fly by the seat of their pants. They don't have, and that's literally what you've done, but you do it on a day-to-day practical basis.
Yes.
So now with AI and incorporating AI into what you're doing, if you could integrate it and it automatically reads my calendars and says, these are the 5 things that you should be doing. And all of a sudden it has like predictive analysis based on activities that I've done. Maybe I have to train it for the first week or two, like building a data set in AI.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden now, after the first 30 days, it already knows, oh, you need to do this. And this is the next goal. And these are your rocks, you know, like with traction.
Exactly.
And it can start predicting things and being proactive versus you having to like get in there every day and do that. Like obviously you got to engage with it and interact with it. But I think that could be a cool direction too with what you're doing, is to actually have it reading and knowing some of the activities, you know, make sure
that's coming in one of our push updates.
We'll see. There you go.
Because the AI and all having that in there is what's going to really help it. But that's really where it's at, man. And it sucks because you see all these people leave, but that was me too. I'd go to a Grant Cardone convention, I leave, and it's like, I don't know what to do or where to start. And that's most people. So it's like, what we've done is we've came into the game and done what no one's done. And now we've provided a tool that's a system and a process to help you. It's a blank canvas.
That's a blank.
So whatever it is that you want to become, whatever you want to do, whatever habits you want to create, whatever you want to get rid of, so this is what Ideal's for. And it's a blank canvas for you.
That's right.
And you put in there what you want and you hold yourself accountable. It's you versus you through this book, and you could get whatever you want out of it.
Man, that's so good. Yeah, I think we have a very similar and very synergistic vision for the planning and the strategy. I like that yours is so micro, because the day-to-day of what we're doing and how we're auditing. I had a literally 2.5-hour conversation with my brother the other day of the most successful billionaires, millionaires, mostly billionaires in the world. The only thing that they do every day is make decisions. Yes or no. They're not picking up their thing. They're not getting on the computer. They're all they're doing is saying, yep, nope, yep, nope. And they're making billions of dollars a year, right?
Yeah.
And so auditing your time and seeing what tasks you're working on, like on the way, you know, the 2 days before here, I was like, I'm a creative. I love to make stuff. And so I made this workbook for my mastermind. And I'm like in my office, I'm like spiral binding them and doing this stuff from like back in my printing days, because it just like brings me back to that. And it's nostalgic and it's fun for me. And I'm like making 10 workbooks. My wife's like, couldn't you have just paid somebody to do that?
And that's crazy. That's how I started Ideal too. Our first
Really?
books were spiral bound. I had a paper, I'd print it out, cut the paper in half, get the spiral, take the covers, and I'd sit there and crimp everything.
Yep. And so I was doing that on my way here, and I'm like, dude, I make $1,500 an hour doing consulting, and I walked away from that to do content creation, which makes me even more. And I'm over here making spiral bound workbooks right now. It's like, what am I? So this again, like
that paper.
even super successful people like you and I need to audit our time on a day-to-day basis and look at the activities that we're doing and be like, man, as much as I love doing this, this is costing everybody on my team. This is a failure to my team right now.
It really is.
Right?
Yep.
So that's key. So that's why I think there's going to be a conglomeration of ways that we can, you know, team up and support each other and help everybody that's watching this.
I totally agree 1000%, man.
Man, that's so cool. So every episode I like to do a challenge everybody that's watching.
Okay.
How can somebody go out today and make somebody else's life better?
How can somebody go out today?
How can you encourage somebody to go out today and make somebody else's day better? It could be buying something for somebody in line. It could be calling somebody you haven't talked. Like, what's the thing that you go to when you want to just give out and give and help someone? What's your go-to?
Well, I would say one thing, and this is something new that I've learned and everything, but I do this at my events. Like, sit down and when everybody in the event, and I want you to basically think of that one person that you've never like reached out to and actually said that you're grateful for them. But when you do it in a certain way. And when you say it and everything, you're going to put it in there and you're going to say, I know I don't tell you this that much, but I'm so happy and grateful for, and then I want you to put everything in there that you were going to say if that person were to pass.
Wow.
And then I make them send the text right then and there in front of me. And I always tell everybody, you're going to get a ton of people that are like, your mom and dad or whoever you're sending to is going to be like, hey man, are you okay?
That's real.
But the reason why they're saying, are you okay, is because we never do that much. So it not only makes that person feel good or loved, but it also makes you feel something in some type of way.
Oh, for sure.
So my only
Puts
thing,
you in a state of gratitude.
yes.
Right?
If every single day you could find one person that you're grateful for and send a message to them and say, hey man, I really don't tell you this that much, but I'm so happy and grateful for you. And then blah, 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 blah. Watch how different you're going to start to feel your vibration and in those people. Because one thing that I know I didn't do a lot of is reaching out to people and letting people know, because I was running. And when I did it, and I still do it now, and like I'll go on trips, I'll hop on the planes, and I literally sit there and I shoot out messages, and you could feel it, like the love and the excitement coming back from those people. And it's like, they need to know that, man.
Well,
Your team needs to know it.
30 seconds, right? Who doesn't have 30 seconds in the morning? You spend 5 hours on your Facebook and your social media and your stuff all day. Take 30 seconds out of that and go do that. So that's your guys' challenge. You heard Blake. Go out and tell somebody that you're grateful for them and why you're grateful for them as if they were to pass. We want to hear about it. We want you to comment down below in this video. Send him a video of what you did on social media, a post, a message, whatever. Reach back so we can hear that you guys are actually taking action on this stuff, because it's going to change other people's lives. And that's the whole goal of this show. So, man, I'm so grateful for you.
Yeah, you
Thank
too, man.
for doing
Thank
this.
you. Appreciate
You guys
you.
go do that. You'll be swimming with the fishes, capiche? So we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Adrian Boysel. This is Love Gangster. And as always, keep looking up.
Came here to fill the void. I am love. I am peace. I am joy that can never be destroyed. I am love.